Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Undead Unluck episode number 2 reaction. Right, the previous episode, it was the beginning of the show. We get to meet our two main characters, Andy and I think Fuko was her name, something like that. So both of them obviously have their own situation. Fuko has Unluck, Andy has Undead. He's literally an undead, he cannot die. And Foucault, whenever she comes in contact with any type of person, anyone, she triggers unluck in them. They like crazy stuff happens, their luck gets stripped off, and that person ultimately dies. So that's what happens, and like they come across each other, and it's like, perfect, you need to kill me, I've been alive for a long time. And like Andy is experimenting on how he can die by using Foucault's abilities. And while amidst all of these things, like a certain organization comes in trying to grab Foucault for and to use her for their own means, but Andy saves her. And yeah, and Foucault also triggers the ultimate unluck by kissing him on his cheeks, and the whole meteor drops down. So yeah, that is the extent of her power. Obviously, like it still wasn't enough to kill Andy, but he's like, yeah, let's keep doing like this. Eventually, I'm sure I'll find something that will kill me. While Foucault, obviously, seeing Andy who is accepting her and seeing finally coming across someone who is not dying, she likes that, because up until now she wasn't able to have any kind of interpersonal relationship with anyone because they just died. So yeah, it's a both positive for each of them. And let's see how this progresses. So let's see what happens in this episode 2. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. The censoring. Oh my god. Why is he always okay? Yeah. Oh god. No. Well, yeah. Oh my god, Andy. What? He? Oh. Yeah, she's like, the more I like someone, the more. Okay, I'm not sure if she's literally making this up or if this is actually what happens. You won't be able to die. That was actually a good idea. I think that was actually a good. Oh no. Okay. August 2nd. Whoa, what the? Hey yo! What? What? Oh, is he making her an armor or something? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, they're going to come back. Hmm. Oh God. Nope. I doubt that. Negator. Okay, that's their name, I guess. Yep. Damn. Ugh. Probably more than 100 years. Ah. Wow. She put it back on. Building demolition. What? This is how you ride a bike? It's literally. Is this the opening? Alright, let's hear it. We heard the song before, but let's see the opening today. Yep, this is Queen Bee. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Oh. Oh, oh, is this? Okay. The heads. Okay, that was a really good song. And the opening was pretty good as well. Alright. How is he riding the. Okay. Yep. Oh god. You push over. Wow. Oh my god! The hell? The whole ass sky is cracking. What? What? What is this? Bleach? Like hollows are coming out? What's going? Whoa! It's a union. Oh my god. Okay, don't. Wait, gravity? Is that his power? What? Yeah. Undead trick. Whoa, what happened? Yeah. What happened there? Oh god. Yeah, like, oh my god, you idiot. Yeah. Extra targeting restrainer. I see. Okay. Ah! Oh, he. Oh! Okay. Oh my god, yo! It's like some like hardcore brawling. Okay, wait, I feel like his eyes. Something's up with his eyes. He's closing one eye and. I think his power has something to do with his eyes. Whoa. 5 to 8. Damn. Because they're on in the organization. That's why they're working for them. Okay, he took out his eyes are again. Both of them are open now. Only 10 members? Or maybe they're like the big ones, the higher ranks. Ah, there you go. But there's 10, so I'm guessing one eye's closed again. Yeah, but you have to defeat the. Yeah, if you're able to defeat the others, then I'm guessing. I wonder why Andy hasn't become one of the. Did he not think of that before? Alright, here we go. Unluck. Both his eyes are closed now. She ran. Yeah? Oh god, some he is moving towards them. Ah! Oh, it's gonna blow up. God damn. Yeah, that wasn't that big of a. Negate their own rules on top. I see. Like Foucault negates luck, negates the movements, okay? Ah. Oh! Goddamn. Was this like a construction site? They were blowing up the building or something? What's happening? Why is there dynamite there? Okay. Okay, I'm trying to think what the blue-haired guy, his what does he negate? Like gravity, friction, no? Ooh. Oh no, that's just his hand. That's just his hand, you idiot. Oh. I can grow another one. Ah. He's gonna shoot his finger. Oh! Damn. Yeah. Only stopping muscle movement by SNF. I see. That's why he can just regenerate. That's the plan. Yeah, that was a good idea. He cannot negate that. But what about the other dude? His name is Void. Is he dead or something? Oh, he's dead, I think. No, Foucault. Okay, what does he negate? I'm trying to think. Like, he attracted Foucault. That means. He opened his eyes, yeah. I think it is like. It has to do something with. Like, what? Air pressure or something? I don't know. Yeah. Well, he's an undead. Oh. He, what? Okay, Foucault. Yeah. Okay, I'm still trying. Okay, I think Andy was kind of correct. So it opposes. So if you punch, it's going to. Yeah. Why? Yeah, he's an undead. Oh my god. Understood. Yeah. What? Oh boy. Oh boy. Isn't he looking away now? Oh no. He's gonna leave. Okay. Lake biker. We have to kill one of them. Redneck. Yeah. Okay. Round table. Okay, we still don't really know what his power is. I think Andy was kind of correct. Like it opposes. Like he negates. I don't know. Div- Damn, the police is finally here. Wait, what? Well, he can just chug you. Wow. On my yacht. Wow. He's gonna hitchhike. Old war buds. Damn. Yeah. Oh god. Wow. Bro. Alright, that was something. Alright, this show is actually quite fun. I'm really liking this. Whoa. It's an interesting ending. Okay. Okay, both the opening and ending, both of them are really good. Who is that? Okay. Probably his past, like, Oh wow, this is a very beautiful scene. Okay, that is it. Right, that was a really good episode. We get to see how crazy this union is, and how their powers have all their powers have something to do with negate. So it's negating something. That's how Foucault is negating. I guess you could say, like as they said, explained in the previous episode, negating luck. Her touching anyone is negating that person's luck, and they ultimately get hit by unluck and they die. While what does Andy negate? Death? Aging? No, not aging. Aging wouldn't be, because negating aging doesn't mean you won't die. So I think Andy's power negates death in itself, or something like that, I'm guessing. Yeah, otherwise it wouldn't make sense. Like, it wouldn't negate aging. Even if you don't age, you can die. The fact that he regenerates means that his power probably negates death or something like that. While this dude, the big one, the big robot dude inside, his power negates movement, or no, something like that. Yeah, no, negates avoidance or something like that. He said, like, you cannot avoid his attack. While the other guy, I think Andy kind of explained something. Okay, you know what? I'm going to read this part. He kind of Okay, I may not know exactly what it is you negate, but your power is about opposites. Yeah. You purposely tease a gap in your defenses and prepare a defense on the opposite side. Right goes left, up goes down. Yeah, I think it has something to do with action and reaction forces. Like, what you do, it becomes the opposite. Like, it negates something like that. It negates, like I don't exactly know, but I think Andy's pretty right on the money. Like, Foucault was trying to go in the particular direction, but she comes in the other direction. That's what I'm trying to say. The opposite happens. Just like that, if Andy attacks him, obviously you're going to punch in one direction, but it negates it by probably putting an equal opposite, like, reaction force. So it's kind of like Newton's third law, like every action has an equal reaction, equal and opposite reaction. So something like that, I think it is. And Andy was pretty correct, I think. And that is why, like, the punches that he was giving out, since it was going in one direction, it was getting negated with an equal and opposite reaction force. And that is why he could easily dodge and parry it or something. And yeah, I think it's something like that. Foucault's situation as well. Foucault was going in one direction and she started going in the opposite direction. So I'm not really sure. It's something like that, I think. Andy was correct, I'm guessing. So we still don't have a proper understanding of his power, but it is an annoying one. And I think his power has something to do with his eyes. You can see he sometimes closes one eye, he sometimes closes the other eye, sometimes he closes both the eyes, and sometimes he opens both the eyes. So I think that has something to do with his power, or he's somehow regulating his power like that. Not really sure how. But either way, yeah, so like I said, this episode was really interesting, seeing all these characters and seeing how there's like 10 of them. And so literally all they need to do is defeat at least 2 of them and get into the ranks. And okay, so what a weird type of setting, isn't it? Like, the union, there's 10, and the characters that they're hunting are literally just like them, negators. But if the negators are able to kill the once in the union, and if they want to join, they'll be able to join, and then they will work for the union, which, like I said, is it's a weird kind of a setting, isn't it? Like, is there no restriction or anything? Like, you can just kill one of them and just join, like, just like that? How is that even a thing? Like, that's what I'm trying to think here. Like, it's a free for all, that would mean. Anyone, any negator who are being hunted can easily become the hunter, and vice versa. People who are hunters can become the hunted. So I think, like, we still haven't gotten a proper explanation as to what and how the union works. But I don't think this is the full story. There must be something. Otherwise, it's pretty weird as to how they can just join like that, just like that, if they are able to get enough space. So the same can happen to the other members as well. If in the future someone, like, just think, like, someone, like, kills Fuko, like, just in, like, like, in some way, then anyone can join. Fuko will definitely be the, I guess you could say, since she doesn't know how to use her power properly, and her power obviously depends on like, the other person. Like, she herself, unless and until Andy is protecting her, she herself cannot protect herself. So even if she becomes one of the members, can't just some random other person kill her to get her position? Andy was saying in the end that, oh, you go, you cannot survive if they, like, like, experiment on you. Yeah, that's obviously the case, but that also brings up another problem. Like I said, if Fuko becomes one of the members and Andy is not there to help her out, any other random negators who they're trying to, like these guys are trying to kill, just like Unluck and Undead here, there might be some other negator they're trying to kill. If they kill Fuko, they'll target Fuko, obviously, because she will definitely be the weakest in the union if she's there alone. So, there's a lot of things that are coming to my mind, and I'm thinking, like, the whole situation is still not properly explained. I'm sure they'll explain in the next or the upcoming few episodes, but this episode brings in a lot of questions, especially the union. Is this how the new union works? Is it really a free-for-all? If you just kill one of them, you can just join in? Is that it? And that would mean that other negators who are being hunted can become the hunter easily. If they kill the other person, they can easily join. Is there no rules and regulations in joining? You can just join like that? All these questions are coming up, which I'm guessing will be answered in the upcoming few episodes. But before that, any of that happens, Andy and Fuko needs to kill one of their what do you call them? One of their agents. Yeah, one of their agents who's going to Russia or something. Yeah, they need to kill him, and then another space will open up and they can join, or something like that. But I don't think it's going to be that easy. Like, they can just join like that? I don't think so. There must be something that this dude didn't tell us. So we'll like when that section comes, we'll see what happens. So yeah, overall, that was a great episode. I really liked it. I liked how they introduced the enemies, like, just like that, without any without any like, any kind of stalling, or like, they just came and they just, like, attacked us immediately. And we were able to defeat one of them, and this dude, I don't think we still know his name, the blue-haired guy. He seems like a pretty chill guy. He's like, yeah, you know what? Okay, you guys are interesting. If you're able to, like, kill one of us, I'll wait for a bit. If you're able to, kill another one of us, we'll make a space for you, and you two can join. So I'll leave before that. I'm going to give you a few more days. So there you go. And let's see how this goes. So that was this episode, my impressions on this. Let's talk about this episode scene by scene, just like I do. Right, so in the beginning part of the episode, I love how Fuko at first is like, oh, I met a person who finally accepted me, who can accept my power. It's great. Yeah, that's what I thought. But now this guy is almost trying to, good God. Yeah, and Andy's like, oh, like, like, if coming in contact, like, like brings a bigger stroke of luck than having, yeah, like it's just the way his brain works. And Foucault's like, what the hell? And she comes up with a, I think. Now here's the thing. I'm not really sure if this is legit or if she just made that up. Wait a minute. Let me check that part. Wait a minute. If all he cares is to use me as a tool for his death, then there must be something. Oh, I know. The key. Okay, here we go. So, like I'm saying, I think this might legitimately be an actual reason. I don't think she came up with that. I think this is an actual thing, isn't it? Because I think likability is actually a key. Like, she didn't really make that up. I think that's an actual thing. I don't know. Yeah, because obviously, like, she explains here that where is that part? She explains how her power works. Aside from mom and dad and you, I have also kissed my granddad who had these dentures that scared the crap out of me. But at that time, all he got was sprained legs. There you go. So, yeah, I think that this is legitimately, like, this is actually a thing. Like, she didn't like literally, she didn't like make that up. That's actually a thing. So any person, like, the likability is going to depend on how much they get hit by unluck. This is pretty messed up if you think about it. The more you like someone, obviously the more you'll try to come in contact with them, and the more they're screwed. So wow. Yeah, but while that happened to her granddad, for her mother and father, it was literally the whole plane blew up. Yeah, and he passed away 3 years later, but there was too much of a time left for it to be my fault. Yeah, so that wasn't really the reason. The sprained leg was actually her fault, her unluck. Okay, so the more I like a person, the bigger the unlucky event becomes. Right, so here's one thing. Obviously, it's pretty obvious that Andy is way low in the likability, like gauge or whatever, than even her grandfather, her mother, father. So, like, a plane blowing up versus a meteor dropping down. Okay, this doesn't make any sense. I don't understand this part. She said that the more she likes someone and the more she comes in contact with them, the more she, like she kissed her, the granddad and the father and mother. It's going to depend, the amount of unluck will depend on that. So she kissed her grandfather, who she didn't really like, kind of was scared of. He just fractured his legs. She kissed her mom and dad, who obviously she loved the most, high up in the graph. The plane blew up completely. Makes sense. The intensity of the unluck makes sense. Grandfather didn't really like her that much, sprained ankle. Parents loved them very much, plane blew up. Makes sense. What about Andy? Andy is even lower than his grandfather, I think, from this graph. Why did a whole ass meteor come down for him? A meteor is obviously way more intense than a plane blowing up or a sprained ankle. I don't understand. My point is, the more I like a person, the bigger the unlucky event becomes. Yeah, I don't understand this part. If that was actually the thing, then why did Andy's unluck, when it got triggered, actually was like a whole ass meteor? It should have been something even lower than his grandfather, wouldn't it? Like, his grandfather got a sprained ankle, and if Andy's lower than his grandfather, there would be even something lower than that. Okay, scratch her grandfather. Even if Foucault likes Andy more than her grandfather, it would still be something lesser than his mother and father. That is a plane blowing up. I'm pretty sure meteor is a thing way more, like crazier unluck than a plane blowing up. So I don't know. I have no answer to this question. Maybe I'm missing something because I obviously I cannot read Japanese. So I think there was like a section here in the graph where there's a red line. What is that? I think maybe that probably would answer my question. In the graph you can see the grandfather, the father and mother is like in the upper half of the red line, and in the lower half of the red line is Andy and the meteor. Obviously I cannot read Japanese, so I'm not able to read what's written there. It's in red. There's something written there. Maybe that would answer my question. Let me know what's written over there, because I don't. All right, you know what? I'm going to stop thinking about it. But what she says actually makes sense. The more you like someone, the more the unluck will hit them. But it still doesn't answer my question why Andy almost got hit by a meteor, when obviously she definitely, at least at this point, she doesn't really like him that much. She's pretty neutral on him. Yeah, she's kind of appreciative of him because he accepted her, and he's someone who can accept her. But that obviously doesn't mean he likes them more than her parents. Obviously not. At least at this stage, obviously not. So what does that mean? Why did Andy get hit by a meteor while his parents' plane just blew up? Or maybe it depends on the amount of people. It might depend on the amount of people, because if you think about it, the unluck that hit his parents not only took the lives of her parents, but took the lives of the other passengers in there as well. So a lot of people got hit by that unluck. Unlike her grandfather, whose unluck was so low that it was only for him. And Andy's situation as well, there weren't really that many people. That whole place was abandoned, and the few other people that were there were from the Union. So only Andy and the few people from the Union got involved in that luck. So if unluck is being calculated by the number of people being affected by that particular unluck, then that would definitely make sense, because the plane blowing up affected lots more than Andy's situation of the meteor and her grandfather. That would kind of make sense. Otherwise it doesn't make sense. Like if you base it on the intensity of the disaster, meteor is way bigger of a disaster than a plane blowing up. But if you base it on the amount of people affected by the same disaster, then yeah, the plane is way ahead, way up, because so many people were there in the plane, while the meteor was just Andy and a few other people, while the grandfather was only the grandfather who got affected. Whatever, let's wait. I'm sure they'll explain everything. Barely the second episode. Like obviously there will be a few mysteries. All right, so there you go. Now after that, as she says that, and it's like, all right then, like when you will like me, I'll then die. And yes, which is kind of interesting, because you can pretty much realize what's going to happen. Like obviously now that like Fuko doesn't really think much of him, she's not really saying anything when he says that I want to die. But if Fuko starts liking him, she would be vehemently against him dying. So that's going to be a problem in the future. Not a problem, but it's like I guess you could say like a dilemma for Fuko in the future. The more she starts liking him, the more she would want him to die less. While for Andy, this is his goal, which is to die. So yeah, anyways, so after that he's like, all right, let's go then. Let's go to my hideout. So he goes to his hideout, which is filled with guns and everything, and he's like, all right, let me make you something. And he makes her like a protective bulletproof vest and everything, helmets and all. And she's like, what the hell is this? And he's like, yeah, like those people will be back again. So we need to protect you up until that point, up until like I'm able to, you're able to like me, and then I can die. So he kind of talks about his past. He says like 50 years ago, those negators caught me and did a number of me. And then the next 10 years I was in a lab. And he's like, if the same thing happens to you, you will be dead. Because they'll do a lot of experimentations. They might cut your fingers off and see if it works detached. Yeah, and it's crazy to see, because the thing that Andy said here, it's pretty obvious that might actually happen. Like that is how they might, and this kind of shows how Andy knows the negators, what the negators are going to do, because he spent that 10 years getting, like I'm pretty sure they did the same thing to Andy as well, and that's why he can so clearly say that, oh, this is exactly what's going to happen to you. And yeah, Foucault's terrified, so he's like, yeah, for me to just run, like up until they either give up or, like, yeah, but they're never going to give up, so we just have to keep running. So yeah, there you go. Now after that, you can see they just go up and like they're in the motorbike, trying to get out of the place, but their whole their whole journey gets interrupted by the sky breaking and them coming out, the Union. So two of the Union members come out. This is big robot kind of thing. Well, then there's this blue-haired guy. Okay, so you can see Foucault tries to run. He goes, and this is what I'm saying. I think Andy is kind of correct. And this blue-haired dude's power has something to do with negation of physics laws or something like that, where like the third law of Newton's law, every action has its opposite and equal reaction, something like that, I'm guessing. Or maybe it, like, I don't know, it does something to it, because whatever someone's trying to do, the opposite happens. And that's why when Foucault was trying to run, in a particular direction, the opposite direction she starts moving. Similar to Andy, when Andy was trying to fight him, probably an opposite thing was happening, and that's why his punches were not hitting properly, and he could easily block them. So something like that, I don't know. Anyways, and again, you can see his eyes. Sometimes his left eye is closed, sometimes his right eye is closed, sometimes both his eyes are closed. So it's probably controlling his power using his eyes, because he said that when I, when I'm focused on someone, I need to keep an eye on them for this to work, or something like that, he said later on. So yeah, so this robot dude, he's like, oh, kill the girl, and we have to take Undead with us. And he's like, oh, but I want to talk to this person. And yeah, while over there, Andy starts fighting the robot dude, and Foucault thinks that the blue-haired guy is actually negating Andy's movements, because Andy tries to move and he just falls down, and that is the robot dude's power, negation of the ability to dodge. I think that's what he said. So Foucault's like, oh, you're doing it, because the blue-haired guy's like, oh, I'm not doing that, that's him, that's not me. Okay, so yeah, the battle keeps on going, and Andy starts getting beaten up, and Andy's like, little by little realizes what's happening, and he's like, all right, I can kind of understand what his power is. I can move now, so the reason my body froze up back there wasn't because I numbed my nerves and ruptured my muscles. And Foucault's like, oh, I know, this guy is the reason why this is happening. Focus your attacks on this guy. And it's like, yeah, you're moving your hands, right? It's like, I know, it's my legs that aren't moving. He's like, yep, then it's not related, Okay, and then Andy explains the robot dude's ability. Okay, I'm going to read this part. The big guy over there paralyzed my body, and the brat there has taken your will. I don't know what exactly you're negating to pull this off. Okay, so you can see Andy's like, yeah, if I get hit, I'm just going to regenerate and hit the other person back. So this happens for a few moments. Both of them trade a few blows. Right. Now, Foucault here asks the blue-haired guy, that, is this going to keep happening? Are you guys going to keep chasing me? And he's like, yeah, well, obviously, since the meter didn't really work on you guys, changed from level 5 to level 8. You guys are pretty, in everyone's books now. So there'll be a lot of people coming to get you. So Foucault's like, wait a minute, so then why are you guys not getting hunted? So he's like, all right, then I'm going to tell you. There are 10 members in the Union. So no, he says in the Union there's a special team made up of 10 negators. Yeah, you're in. Once you're in, you're exempt from pursuit of the condition that you commit to carrying out the missions. Which is interesting. This actually means that within those 10 members, everyone probably won't be bad. There might some people be there who just became the members to get out of getting hunted themselves, which is kind of which is kind of important, I think. People like here, obviously Andy and Fuko, they're not bad people, but they're trying to get in this 10 members because they don't want to get hunted. I'm sure there will be people like that in that 10 members as well. So not everyone will be like evil or anything. There might be some people there because of their circumstances, and they're just doing the missions because they're forced to, otherwise they themselves will be hunted. It's an important thing that we need to remember, because I feel like this is going to be important later, because everyone that I'm sure we're going to meet the members, the 10 members in the future. Once we meet them, I'm sure we'll find a few who are actually probably nice people. Not everyone will be like evil mastermind or something. Not everyone will be bad people. So okay, so Foucault's like, so if we join, then, and the robot's like, oh, unfortunately the seats are taken. A negator who isn't a member of a UMA who throws the world into chaos is a monster. So that's why we are hunting you guys. And Andy like saves Foucault there, and he's like, all right, I get it then. We just kill these two, and then two space will open up, and then we can join. It's simple as that, you know. And yeah, and he's like, nothing will happen to you unless and until, like, you know, like if I'm there, so we both have to join. So yeah, Foucault gives a little bit of unluck to Andy, moves at a distance, and she's like, even if you get hit by unluck, it's not because I like you or anything. While these two are like, you know, kind of talking to each other, and they're like, oh, you get him, and the other one is like, oh, no, you get him. While Andy little by little moves towards them, a whole ass truck, you know, like falls on them, the whole place blows up. But obviously that wasn't really enough. You know, like the robot dude and him were able to get out of it, and then like a series of chase happen, like a section of chasing happens. You know, like Andy keeps moving, both of them tries to, you know, like get him. But in the end, Andy is able to realize what the big dude's power is. It's unavoidable. I think that's what he says. You gotta figure out what they're negating as soon as possible. The Jumbotron gets in attack stance. He negates my movement. Okay, so maybe his power is unavoidable. Okay, interesting. So I'm guessing every power is somehow related to like Undead Unluck, unavoidable. So the blue-haired guy is also has a power which has something to do with you know. So let's see. So he's like, I don't get enough intel on the blue-haired guy. You restrain the unluck kid without any kind of specific movement. Just what does this guy negate? Yeah, unless we've got them figured out, we have to keep doing this hit and run. And then the whole place blows up. There's like bombs over there. So yeah, this was the unluck, like the continuation of the unluck, I'm guessing. The whole place blows up. Building falls down. Obviously this becomes a problem for those two, you know, the two union members. Yeah, and the robot dude, he's like, sees the hand of the undead, and he's like, oh, there he is. Grabs it, but obviously he didn't realize that his hand was cut off. So Andy comes from the back, and yeah, he's like, I understand now. Your power is unavoidable. So you negate my ability to avoid the attacks. So if I cut my own finger, and if I use the regeneration ability to attack you, you know, like I'm not really using my muscles to do anything. So it can hit you, even if your power is active on me. Which makes sense, you know, like he's not really using his muscles to move or anything. He's just shooting out his finger. Obviously, That's only something that an undead can do. So yeah, he's like goodbye and shoots his finger out through his thing, and yeah, bam, dead. Now I feel like the robot dude could have probably dodged it if he realized what Andy was trying to do. But I feel like the fact that he didn't realize that what Andy was exactly going to do made him a little bit like made it unexpected, like the whole thing unexpected. He didn't probably understand that Andy's literally going to shoot out his finger. So he was just there standing and he was thinking what is he going to do. So Andy just shoots the finger and it just gets him. So I feel like he probably could have avoided it, but he wasn't able to because he didn't know exactly what Andy was going to do. So yeah, and there you go, he's dead, obviously. So one seat is empty now, and Andy's like, let's take care of the other guy. So yeah, both of them starts to fight, and here Andy comes up with his own theory. When he fights them, he can easily block them. So Andy's like, alright, something is weird is going on. And Andy's theory here, Andy's theory here is, like I said, you purposely tease a gap in your defenses and prepare a defense on the opposite side. Right goes left, up goes down. Annoying but sure, but that's all there to is, isn't it? Yeah. And then he's like, but what do you do when faced with an attack you cannot parry? But then he uses his sword to attack, but he doesn't move. Only a split second, but you hesitated on whether or not to cut me down. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to wait for them to explain his ability. I think I have an understanding the way Andy explained it. It kind of makes sense, but at the same time, there's a lot of unknown factors about this dude. We don't really know how his ability works. So it's still kind of a secret, but I think Andy was kind of on the money. Like it has something to do with opposite, you know. But since he hesitated, he wasn't able to take out the katana. He probably did something again. And it's like being alive for 200 years still makes you hesitate when it's to coming people. Yeah, Foucault tries to grab him, but doesn't work, obviously, you know. Yeah, and he says, I won't reveal my rule to you, but I'll tell you this, you won't be able to run away or touch me. Power works on your deep psyche, so it's no use to trying to resist. Oh, interesting. It's not... Okay, wait a minute. So it's not negation of the laws of physics. It's something to do with the psyche. Ah, I see. Maybe it affects, like as he says, psyche. So obviously it affects the brain. So what is it that maybe your motor functions or something? Like, like it opposes what you're doing. Like if you're moving forward, you're actually going back. Kind of, yeah, I think that would kind of make sense, I guess. Like maybe, okay, here's the thing. What affects the motor functions of, like, obviously the brain, but wait a minute. Is it this? No, but the cerebellum is the part of the brain that affects balance. And wait a minute, let me check. What part of brain affects motor function? Oh yeah, it is the cerebellum. I was correct. Yeah, motor activity or movement. Okay, here's the thing. Since he said that it affects your psyche, I think it might actually be something to do with, as he says, that you cannot touch me or you cannot do. So there's two things we need to see. First of all, Foucault tries to move forward, but she moves back. So that's number one. So he can oppose the other person's movement. Not only that, he can reduce the intensity of an attack. When Andy was attacking him, he probably reduced the intensity of the attack, and so yeah, he is, I'm guessing, affecting the motor movements. But there is, he can tune it. You know, for Foucault, he tuned it so much that it actually worked opposite. While for Andy, he just reduced the impact. So yeah, it must be something to do with that, I'm guessing. Or since he says my power works on your deep psyche. Yeah, so yeah, scratch that. Up until now, I was saying like it works on the laws of physics. No, it probably works on, as he says, in your psyche. So it's something different. Anyways, never mind. Let's just wait. So yeah, and Andy's pretty pissed off. He's like, "What the hell? Why are you here now, Foucault?" You know, like. And then he's like, "All right, we're screwed." You know, obviously one place is empty, one seat is empty, so you can go and join. Yeah, I'll just get captured by these guys. They can experiment on me. I already went through all of that. But Foucault's like, no, I cannot let you, let you do that. Just because of me. I cannot let that happen. And it's like, it's fine. Even if you become an old lady, I'll come and I'll get my death. And they're like having an actual like a conversation here, and the guy's like, all right, you guys keep speaking. I'll just wait here, and I'll see where this goes. And then Foucault's like, all right then, she's like, you over there, look away. And she takes off her dress and she's like, all right, let me bring you the ultimate unluck. And he's like, what the hell are you on about? Didn't you say that how much you like me will affect it? And she's like, yeah, I don't care, but here we go. I cannot let, where's that part? No matter what the reason may be, if there's someone willing to fight for my pitiful sake until they become a bloody mess, then I cannot just abandon them without giving up something, anything. Yeah. Okay, so, and she's like, I'm sorry, I cannot repay you. The guy's just laughing. And he's like, alright, you know what, you two guys are kind of funny, you tickled me. I'm just going to let you two go. But yeah, we have one seat empty currently. So all you have to do is kill another one of our members. And I'll put in a good name for both of you. And he says that in 3 days on August 5th at Lake Baikal, one member will be making a move to investigate a UMA. Look for a red necktie and an emblem. And he's like, kill him. That said, there will be people hunting you along the way as well. So you have to deal with that. And if you are able to kill that guy, then yeah, we might get you within our ranks. And he's like, I'll see you two in the round table room. Goodbye. And he leaves. So, and he's like, yeah, that worked out kind of. It's interesting because you see how Foucault's like unlucky, but in a weird way, they're kind of getting lucky sometimes. You see how here they got lucky, kind of? Because the guy was like, yeah, all right, I'll give you a chance. So Andy's like, okay, so, and Andy says like, don't ever do this again, like doing something like that, without, I ain't rotten enough to bang a chick just because she's desperate, yeah, and don't do it again. And he's like, all right, let's go to Russia then. And he's like, oh, we don't need any passport or anything, you just need a, you just need to come with me, and he gives us the plan. He's like, first we'll, okay, where is it? First we drive top speed to Niigata, hop on my yacht, and book it to the Russian port of Vladivostok. We'll swap a jet plane and head to Irkutsk. I'll hire some of my old warbuds, give some combat support, and then we wait in Target at the lake and off them. And he's like, how old are you? And he's like, 18. She's like, 18. She's like, barely legal over there. But you can drink. Come on. Let's go. Now, I'm guessing obviously they wouldn't really go immediately over there. Like the dude said, you will probably come across a lot of people trying to kill you within the way. So I'm guessing the upcoming few episodes will be their journey and them probably encountering more people trying to take their lives or something like that. So this won't really be like, oh, 2 or 3 episodes later we are in Russia. It won't be like that. I'm guessing it will actually be a journey for them to go there, and within that journey they'll meet probably a lot of people and maybe a few allies or something. Let's wait and see. So that is it. That is my reaction to episode number 2 of Undead Unluck. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to this channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week with another episode of Undead Unluck. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.